You're probably sitting at your desk thinking, I need a machine that actually works without me spending a week reading manuals, that won't burn a hole through my garage floor, and that gives me a solid return on the money I'm about to drop on it. That hesitation is real. Laser engravers can be a gamble. You could end up with a pricey box that either scares you with safety concerns or leaves you frustrated because it can't handle the projects you have in mind. The good news is, the Creality Falcon2 Pro tries to bridge that gap between hobbyist curiosity and a reliable workstation you can actually use day to day. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the Falcon2 Pro is a Class 1 laser. In plain English, that means it's engineered to be safe for indoor use without you needing a special laser-proof enclosure or a certified operator's badge. Creality's built-in enclosure and exhaust system do the heavy lifting. The exhaust pulls fumes away from the work area and pushes them out through a filter, so you don't have to open a window every time you cut acrylic or laser-etch leather. For anyone who lives in an apartment or shares a workshop, that safety envelope is a huge confidence booster. What makes the Pro part of the name more than just marketing fluff is the dual laser bundle. The 60W diode is split into two independent heads, giving you a bit of redundancy if you ever need to replace one, and it also lets you switch between a finer 0.1mm spot for detailed engraving and a broader 0.3mm spot for faster cuts. In practice, I've seen people use the finer setting to etch intricate logos onto wooden coasters, while the broader setting slices through 3mm acrylic sheets for signage in under a minute. If your projects stay in that thickness range, you'll appreciate the speed boost without having to compromise on detail. The built-in HD camera is another practical touch. Many entry-level lasers rely on a simple laser pointer or a manual home button, leaving you to guess where the beam will land. The Falcon's camera gives you a live preview of the work area, so you can line up a design on a piece of leather before the laser ever fires. That visual feedback is especially handy in low-light environments. Think of a dimly lit craft room where you're trying to position a small keychain template. The camera's autofocus is reliable enough that you rarely have to pause and refocus, which keeps the workflow smooth. Software often feels like the Achilles heel of desktop lasers. Creality bundles the Falcon Design Space, a free, cloud-based editor that lets you import SVG files, arrange them on the work surface, and set basic parameters like power and speed. It's not as feature-rich as some paid options, but for the typical maker who wants to produce personalized mugs, wooden puzzles, or engraved stone plaques, it does the job without a steep learning curve. The fact that it's pre-installed and the machine ships pre-assembled means you can power it on, calibrate the camera, and start a test cut in under 30 minutes. Who should consider buying this? If you're a small business owner making custom gifts, a hobbyist who already has a collection of vector designs, or a teacher looking to introduce laser basics to a class, the Falcon2 Pro hits a sweet spot. Its safety classification and enclosed airflow let you operate it in a typical classroom or garage without a separate ventilation hood. The dual laser heads give you flexibility between engraving fine details and cutting thin materials, which is exactly what a mixed product shop needs. Who might want to skip it? If you're planning to cut thick hardwood, metal, or anything beyond about 5mm of material, the 60W diode will struggle, and you'll end up buying a more powerful CO system anyway. Likewise, if you're after a fully professional workflow, think multipass color engraving, advanced nesting algorithms, or integration with industrial CNC software, the bundled design space may feel limiting, and you'll likely need to invest in a third-party CM package. Finally, if you need a truly portable unit to take to trade shows or pop-up markets, the enclosed chassis and built-in exhaust make the Falcon more of a stationary desk piece than a travel companion. Let's talk about practical strengths in everyday language. The safety enclosure means you can run a batch of wooden keychains while your kids are in the next room without constantly worrying about stray beams. The exhaust system, when paired with a simple charcoal filter, keeps the air clear enough that you don't have to wear a mask for short runs. The camera eliminates the guesswork of positioning. No more oops, I missed the edge by a millimeter moments. And the dual laser heads let you switch from a 10W fine engraving mode for a leather wallet logo to a 60W quick cut for acrylic nameplates without swapping hardware. On the flip side, there are a few practical weaknesses you'll notice after the first week of use. The